So we're going to compile a program from the command line, a Java program, and first we need to set some environment variables. Go to start and type environment and edit the system environment variables. Okay, so click on this and then click on this environment variables, and then at the top you'll see the variables for the account, and the bottom you see the variables for the whole system. So system variables apply for every account on the system. There can be multiple users on the system, so any changes you make for the system will apply for all the users on the system. So let's create a few environment variables. The important one will be Java 6 home, and its value will be pointing to where you have the JDK installed. So take the path to this and add that value over here and say OK. I already have this on my system, so I'm not going to press OK. So I'm just going to cancel out of this, and you'll see that there is a variable called Java underscore 6 underscore home. Similarly, if you have more than one version of JDK, create one for Java 5 underscore home also. You probably don't have Java 5 home, so you can ignore this. And then create one more environment variable called Java underscore home, which will point to your Java 6 home. So create a new one called Java underscore home and make it point to Java underscore 6 underscore home %, and say OK. Okay. So you'll get a variable called, let me edit this and make it point to Java 6 home. Say OK and say OK. And then we also need to add it to the path. So what you need to do is you need to edit your path, click edit, and then at the beginning of the path enter %Java underscore home %bin and put a semicolon and say OK. Now once you have added to the path, if you go and open a new, whenever you make changes to the system environment variables, you have to close your existing command prompt and open a new one, because the older one will not see those changes. Now if I type set Java underscore home, I'll see it is pointing to here. Then if I do set Java 6 home, they should both be pointing to the same now, because I made Java home point to Java 6 home. And in my path I should see this, the bin folder of the JDK16 folder to be in the path. So when I type Java C dash version, it should say Java C 16031, because it's going to pick that up from the path. So if you go and see in the bin folder of this, there is a Java C executable there. So the way this path works is it will look for the executable in each of these directories, and each directory is separated from the other by a semicolon. So if it finds Java C in any of these directories, it is going to use that. Since it finds that in the first thing in the class in the path, it picks it up from there. Now let's go to the directory where we have our program. So that's in the, you remember where that is? That's in the dev folder, right? Under dev we have to go into training, and under here it's under the source, and if you go here you'll see directory com training hello. I think I have something called as HelloWorld, I think. Okay, let me rename that HelloWorld to HelloWorld. Okay, that's in my Eclipse, right? So in my Eclipse I'll rename this guy to, and the way you do that is via refactoring. So now I should be able to see helloworld.java. There it is. And the way you compile that is, take that dir and type Java C. So now you are compiling that with Java C. So when I compile it, it compiled it. If there are no errors, it silently returns. And then now if you go and see in this directory and look for helloworld.class, you will see that it was created today at 4:07 p.m. See the timestamp here. Now we want to run this class. So what you do is, the way you run it is, you say Java, you have to remove the dot class, and then we also have to remove this slashes and put dot, because that's a complete com.training.hello is the package name, right? So you have to give that package name, and then dot hello world. You should not say dot class. You have to exclude that. Okay, and then press enter. And then there is an array index out of bound exception, because this program requires a first name, middle name, and a last name. So hello, this is your first Java program. How are you doing? So this is how you run it from the command line. Okay, so I want you all to do the same thing. I'm going to stop this video.